I'm about to go drinking that.
And welcome to the Board Game Snobs Podcast. This is Gabby.
No, I have an intro.
And Jerry. Go with your intro.
No, start us over.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs Podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Go.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs Podcast. This is a podcast about board games. This is the 60th, the sexiest, the 60th, the sexiest episode.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
We restarted for that?
No. What? No.
Are we really going to do a fourth?
Why are
intro
you
video?
talking?
Speaking of which, how do you think the unthinkable?
How do you think the unthinkable? You just don't think about it.
With an iceberg.
Oh, unsync. Oh, okay. Okay. That was not.
It goes.
No, it doesn't go.
You were twisting your words
No,
and
it
tongue.
That wasn't. That was not a tongue twister. That was just a slip of the
If you
tongue.
say so.
Says the man who came up with some cheesy joke.
Why are you talking? You're not even supposed to be here.
If I could
You're
attack
not
Gabby,
even supposed to be here.
These
You're
were
not
the
even.
rules.
No, that's not the rules.
What do you mean?
Hey,
This-
can we just get along?
No. Here's
Just
the deal.
pretend
Here's
for
the
the
deal.
listeners that we're actually really good friends.
This is a podcast about board games, but occasionally we do banter for too long about things, pop culture, movies, videos,
Yada,
TV,
yada,
things
yada.
of that
Gabby,
nature.
though.
Follow us on Instagram. Please follow us on Instagram. Or don't. I don't care. Twitter, Facebook, we really don't do anything about it. But you know what would be helpful? Why don't you post something on Reddit? I accidentally got kicked off Reddit once again.
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 What do you mean again?
This is the
Dude.
second time. I'm not.
What do you do on there?
I'm not Reddit friendly.
Hey, guys, check us
We're
out.
never friendly at all.
Why are you still talking?
Why did they kick you off for real?
They, I don't know. They ask questions. I give answers. They don't like my
They're
answers.
like, we don't like the cut of your jib, sir.
What is a jib? Besides the tail end of a ship.
Isn't it giblets? Aren't giblets something?
They are, but I don't know
They're
what
like
they are.
gizzards.
Like,
They're right next to the gizzard.
no. A jib is a part of a sailboat, isn't it? It's like the back part sail that like,
Yes.
I'm pretty
exactly.
sure it is. Anyways,
Where's your intro? Is that your intro?
you derailed my intro.
I did not. You derailed your own intro.
my intro. And
Okay.
Enrique messed it
We
up.
started again.
As you-
and welcome.
Look
to the Board
what
Game
I'm
Snobs.
looking at right now. Did you just see what I saw? All right.
His phone is broken.
Yes. What do you expect me to do?
Enrique broke his phone. And now Enrique can't actually turn his phone on. And I mean just activate the screen
He has to
without
talk to it in a certain way.
without utilizing a toothpick. So he carries a toothpick taped to his back of his cell phone to turn the screen of his
Where
cell
do you
phone
get
on. now.
tape from? I just put it in my pocket.
You need to get your new cell phone.
Yeah, I know.
And in this segment of stupid things Enrique has said,
oh yay!
So
we
today-
all like stupid things.
let me tell you this.
What did I say?
so this segment that which we will occasionally air in which I repeat things that Enrique has said, conversations. So Enrique, while talking about somebody's child, their newborn,
Was it breathtaking?
no, he asked if they were anti-fascist. And I paused for a moment to wonder, what did he mean? What does he like? Because Enrique occasionally gets things confused.
Okay.
He meant anti-vax, anti-vaccines. He was one, and I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, has the kid had the shots?" I was like, I don't know. That's not an appropriate question to ask somebody.
Excuse me.
What's the
Are
child?
you against the Nazis?
Anyways, so yeah, I had to repeat that. So, anyways, Enrique,
I like to think we're all anti-fascists here.
there you go. Well,
Hey,
what?
did you see
What are you drinking?
Sheldag?
Shelled egg?
Sheldag from the Islay Islands.
Oh, it's nice.
A little smoky. What are you drinking?
A coffee
Why?
from Colombia.
Oh, nice. Did you see? And I saw this actually a couple days ago.
Juan Valdez.
Why did he sink that big boat?
Which one? Oh, no, really, I don't understand.
Valdez.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It was named after him.
It was.
He came at it with coffee beans, took it down. Oil everywhere.
Go ahead with your talk.
That's how it goes, right?
Go ahead with what
I
you
know
got.
history.
The Exxon? Go ahead. The Exxon Valdez.
Oh, that was his cousin.
Yes. Okay, you're confusing everybody. Go ahead. What said was that I knew what you were talking about. Go ahead.
Did you see they're making a Ticket to Ride movie?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, series.
A series.
A Ticket to Ride TV series from. Okay, it doesn't matter. Propagate's teamed up with Asmodee Entertainment. Apparently, they have Asmodee Entertainment division now. They got big things planned, I guess.
So a Ticket to Ride.
The
TV series.
Agricola movie. That's going to be exciting. Actually, Catan's probably going to be under their wing. The iconic board game, which has been played by over 65 million times online and sold over 6 million copies in more than 40 countries. Okay, respectable. Is being adapted for television in a winner-take-all travel competition in which 5 teams take the journey of a lifetime as they seek to compete epic challenges and rack up the most miles by air, land, and sea.
So it's basically around the world in 80 days.
It's Amazing Race.
Oh, Amazing Race. Amazing Race.
Haven't we seen this already?
Yeah.
Or they're just renaming Amazing Race Ticket to Ride?
I forgot the Amazing Race. It was so unamazing.
I was reading the answers, the responses, and they're like, yeah, so can't wait to see these trains operate on the land and sea and air. Where is Ticket to Ride in sea and air?
There is a Ticket to Ride land and sea version. There is a Ticket to Ride that...
Boats and...
Yeah, something like that. I can't
Well.
remember what it is. I didn't mean to kill your joke. But it wasn't...
Well, it wasn't my joke.
Oh, it wasn't your joke.
It was
somebody
somebody's comment.
I killed some... See, this is why I get kicked off Reddit. I kill other people's threads. All right, speaking
Nobody
of...
cares about Ticket to Ride, the TV series.
If you're looking for
But I'll be
solid...
watching it.
If you're looking for solid entertainment... We here at the Board Game Snobs like to provide people with, insight into not only board games, but in movies and videos and other things for which you could spend your time watching.
Oh, yeah.
Let me read you a brief synopsis of this thrilling television show
Okay.
that I recently watched. It contains the following actors.
Okay.
Tell me if it sounds good. Drew Barrymore, Andy
Okay.
Garcia,
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's getting kind of old.
Jamie Lee, okay.
George Lopez
George Lopez.
and Cheech Marin.
Okay, so it's sounding a little bit dated at this point.
A little bit. It's an older film. I think it come out in 2000 and I think it's 2002. I'll read you.
Kiss Me.
No, I'm sorry. It's 2008. It was 2008. Cleo.
2008. Okay, I was, let's see, 2008, I was 31 years old.
Okay. Cleo, a diamond-clad, booty-wearing Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Booty wearing.
Yes, like
Chihuahua.
enjoys luxurious lifestyle so much she hardly notices Pappy, a hilarious Chihuahua who happens to be crazy for Cleo.
Well, if it's a Chihuahua, I would say it's probably Poppy.
It's what did I say, Pappy? I've been drinking a lot of whiskey lately, like Van Winkle.
Like, hola, Poppy.
But when most of the pampered pooch gets lost in Mexico with only a streetwise German Shepherd to help find her. Oh, to help find her
What
way
is-
home. Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Oh my God, I remember that movie. Yes.
Yeah,
Did you watch
it's
it?
It's a no.
Not
show.
Beverly Hills Cop.
No, Chihuahua.
It's
Beverly Hills
Chihuahua.
Ninja.
Nope. This is Beverly
I
Hills
would go.
Chihuahua.
I would watch both of those.
This is the one about a talking dog.
Yeah.
A talking dog. It's basically
Look Who's Talking.
it's
Chihuahua.
It's the Luke who's talking with Chihuahuas.
Okay, why are you reading this?
It is because on Rotten Tomatoes, some of the reviews have said you want to cringe as the picture begins, but you'll end up quite enjoying it. So it's got decent reviews. Ultimately, as enthralling as a low-rent Saturday morning
Okay,
cartoon.
I've watched some terrible movies in my day, but I have not seen Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Well, the reason I bring this up is that we had somebody write into us, a fan mail,
Oh,
whose name I will not. I don't like to out our listeners on the podcast by name. But we'll just call this lady's name Finzi. She apparently has said that her husband, who we'll call Eric with a K,
okay.
Eric apparently went and watched this movie by himself
Eric.
in the movie theater.
Oh, Eric.
Oh no.
Why?
She wrote in asking, what should she do about this?
Were you going through a tough time in your life, Eric?
It sounds like he was.
You know what? I can't say much.
What is the...
Quick question: what's the worst movie you went to the theater and saw by yourself?
That's what I had wrote down. So, recap.
Unfortunately, I have several.
Okay, tell me one.
About maybe 2 or 3 years before Beverly Hills Chihuahua came out, maybe I had finally matured by that time. Doubtful. Matured. I think I'm pretty sure I went and seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
What's that?
Exactly.
Shark Boy. Wait a minute, Enrique, are you Shark Boy? Go ahead.
Do you know Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah, it's a Disney movie. I remember it. It was it was badly CGI'd.
What? How dare you?
You know it was. They had a robot face of George Lopez with.
There he is again. George
The
Lopez.
mid 2000s was George Lopez's years.
Yeah, the heyday going on. He was both poorly CGI'd and a villain in some kid show, and also a talking chihuahua.
I mix up Shark Boy and Lava Girl with Spy Kids, which I also went to see at the theaters by myself.
Don't you dare talk bad about Spike.
You're going to wind up on a watch list. Just going in and watching these kid shows by yourself.
Scoot over. I'm watching this movie. Hey there, little fella. Scoot over.
Two shows once I went to the movie theater and saw by myself. First one, and I'm proud of both of them. I Am Legend,
I'm proud of both of mine.
because I love the book I Am Legend.
Yes.
Yeah, I was very disappointed by the Will Smith adaptation.
What? It was okay.
The second one was Man of Steel. Greatly disappointed in that movie. Kevin Costner,
Yeah.
starring Kevin Costner.
Really? So those are the worst two movies you've ever seen? Well, you're just not a big movie goer
I'm not a
anyway.
big movie goer, but I went to watch Man of Steel to see if it lived up to my favorite superhero show of all times.
Hold on. Blank Man.
No, my favorite superhero show of all times, starring none other than. Are you ready?
Wait. Superhero show of all time.
Probably the greatest superhero. Matter of fact, this man replaced Superman in the comic books after he died, and his title was The Man of Steel.
The Phantom.
No, they shortened it later on in years.
I don't know.
Just to be Steel. And he was the first African American superhero of the time in the 60s, I believe, right up there with Black Panther. 1997 starred a movie with none other than Shaquille O'Neal as Steel. Great show.
You never seen that?
No, I've never seen.
You don't ever remember it?
I remember it.
Oh, it was great.
That is maybe the only superhero movie I've never seen.
Well, I'm challenging you.
They lost me at Shaquille O'Neal.
No, Shaquille O'Neal's a fine actor.
Was it fantastic?
It was fantastic.
who's it?
It not only had
Steel.
Shaquille O'Neal in it as a. Are you ready for this? He was a weapons scientist. He made weapons for the army that were non-lethal, and became very upset when the
Non-lethal, much like his jump shot.
pretty much.
Wow.
Also starring in this show was none other whose name I can't remember. Hang on, give me a second. IMDb. Roundtree, the guy who played Shaft. Shaft was in this. Richard Roundtree.
Wow.
And Shaquille O'Neal. That's all you should know.
He's like a clone of Superman, right?
Yeah. Or something of that nature. So that is my challenge to you, Gobby, and to Eric.
Watch Steel.
You have to watch Steel. It's $2 on YouTube. You can still buy it. You can buy it on YouTube Movies. Watch it. It's only 90 minutes, but it's the best 90 minutes of your life.
So out of Beverly Hills Chihuahua, Shark Boy and Lava Girl,
Steel.
Spy Kids, and Steel, which would you say is the worst?
Oh, Beverly Hills Chihuahua, no doubt.
Sorry, Eric. There's another show I must admit I went and seen. And I was approximately 22 years old and married. Agent Cody Banks.
With
Frankie
Frankie Muniz?
Yes. At the height of his power.
Didn't that have like
I think it had a sequel.
it had the blonde girl in it?
Well, that narrows it down.
Hannah Montana.
Miley Cyrus?
Wasn't it? Who was in it?
Oh, she would have been like 10 years
Oh,
old.
there's somebody in that show. I can't remember. Go ahead.
No, I don't. Oh, wait. Was it another Disney girl?
It was
Maybe
another
that
Disney
other-
girl. Who
I don't
knows?
remember. I don't remember. I don't have it up in front of me. But Eric, Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
It's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, man.
pretty bad, man.
It's pretty bad. What have you? Okay, confess. What have you seen since then, Eric, by yourself? I've seen a lot of movies by myself because I went through a stage where I don't go to the movies as often as I used to. I love going to the movies. But now, depending on the type of movie, I kind of don't go by myself. Because I don't want to be old creeper dude.
Nah, yeah. Once you get over 25, you can't go to movies by
I
yourself
don't know that I can go
anymore.
watch
You're just-
Toy
you're
Story
a creeper.
4 by myself.
I have two small children, so I can go. We're going to go see Lion King.
Okay, can I go with you?
No. Speaking of which, another fan sent me an email telling me that I should rewatch Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull because I apparently badmouthed it, or somebody badmouthed it.
Wait, who said that?
What?
Who said we need to rewatch Crystal Skull?
Somebody sent us an email saying that if you watch it not thinking that it's an Indiana Jones movie. I rewatched it.
No.
I rewatched it. It is still terrible.
Still just as
I
bad.
stand my ground.
Just the swinging on vines scene alone. Forget the fact he survives nuclear attack in a refrigerator.
It was a lead line refrigerator.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Everything.
No.
It was bad.
No to Crystal Skull.
Bad. It was the writing and the CGI of it all. It was terrible. And Shia LaBeouf being like,
What is his name like? Slick or
it's mud.
Mutt.
It's mud. Yeah. Like, come on.
I love Shia, but not in that role.
That was terrible.
That was bad.
So, no, sorry. We tried it again.
Okay.
It didn't work. Oh, and I also started watching The Orville, and it's great. Thank you.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Okay, so as of right now, we're like going to record this and pretty much post it as soon as possible. Stranger Things comes out at midnight tonight.
Wow.
So by the time this airs, it should be that. And of course, when they can let it. But I'm ready for Stranger Things season 3. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So the critics say.
I have not.
Do you pay attention to critics?
I don't.
Who does?
I am a critic.
Rotten Tomatoes. Do you like look at Rotten? Do you like say, oh, well, it's getting pretty good reviews?
No,
You say that to me all the time.
I say that I started looking at critics because you always talk about critics.
Okay.
And I have to be able to say to you in rebuff, like, this show's getting bad reviews, it's getting good reviews.
Well, I mean, it's not the end all be all, but like if the vast majority of people say something is good, more
Name
than likely,
one show that got bad critical reviews that you still enjoyed, that you thought was awesome.
show or movie
Anything.
or there's been lots of movies.
I know that you have no taste in movies.
How
You
dare
slap
you?
Avengers on it and you'll watch it.
Well, Avengers gets rave
I
reviews
know,
from
it's good.
every critic
I know.
because they're good quality movies.
But yet you haven't watched Steel.
No, like generally comedies. Like if comedies get bad reviews, I don't pay attention because most critics don't like to laugh. You know, they're just trying to be funny.
I don't like to laugh.
I know you don't, but you make me laugh, and that's all that counts.
Speaking about movies and shows is exactly the type of board game that we're about to talk about.
There you go.
The Networks.
You are very good with segues.
That was a
and
hard
merges.
merge. That wasn't even really a hard merge.
No, that was a smooth merge.
Patent pending. The Networks, which is a game by Formal Ferret Games, and who is it?
Hova.
Hova. Glenn
Gil
Hova. Gil
Hova.
Hova is the designer. The Networks is about exactly what it sounds like. It's about a television network which you are running, and each player is controlling its own television network, and you're handling the lineup. You have 3 time slots, an 8 o'clock, a 9 o'clock, and a 10 o'clock. And you're trying to put a show in each one of those time slots. There's all the different genres of shows that are very common on television: sports, sci-fi, reality TV, that type of thing. And the game is basically very similar to a engine building game. Whereas during your turn, you're going to draft from various cards out in the middle of the table. And those cards are either shows or actors to place on those shows or ads or various things of that nature. So you're drafting these shows, placing them in their time slots, and it's giving you a certain amount of viewership each time. You attach certain actors to shows, which will give you more viewers, and then you can attach ads to shows that help, of course, pay for them. And so this goes around for several rounds where you're buying shows and sometimes having to replace shows. And it's very thematic. When you replace a show, you put it over into the other side of your board and it becomes a rerun. So you still get some viewership of it, but not a lot. But the whole point of the game is to see how many viewers you can get by the end of the game, in the rounds. Excellent game. Matter of fact, we had this on our shelf, played it 2 years ago. Wasn't it like April 2017?
Yeah.
April of 2017, we played this game the last time, according to our records. Played it, loved it, forgot completely about it. Put it up on our shelves, talked about it, but didn't ever thought to play it again.
We didn't forget about it. We just got so much other stuff.
This is true. This is true.
It's a much better Imperial Settlers.
What makes you think it's Imperial Settlers? Because of the board? The way that the cards come to one
boards
side?
move from the side to side, the card just gaining the cards and assigning them to a certain location, a time slot. or I don't know, just something about the card movement reminds me of Imperial Settlers.
I will say it does set up about it that the types of cards that are in the game, which I brought out, were the ad cards that give you money, the actors which you can attach on to the shows and the various shows. There's also another type of card which I think almost breaks the game. A matter of fact, I like house rule it that we don't play with it, which are the network cards. And the network cards are basically these one-time bonuses that add something to the game, and I don't like them because you don't have to pay for them. You just select it instead of buying a show. You have to manage your money to buy a show. You have to manage your money to attach certain ads or actresses onto shows. But with the network card, you just pick it up and it's yours and you use it. To me, I think it kind of wrecks the game. And like,
what do they do? They give you like bonuses or something, right?
They give you a one-time power, and I just don't like them.
Is that because I beat you with one the first time we played?
Yes, that.
You don't like that?
I remember
Unless
stuff like that.
You tend to not like games I beat you at.
It's also a very good solo. Has actually a really decent solo play to it, where you're using the network cards. Like I said, on your turn, you're selecting a card out in the middle of the tableau. In the solo version of the game, you just flip over a card and it tells you which cards to remove. And so it's like it's simulating another player. And so that's interesting because it's pulling cards. You don't just have free reign of drafting the cards.
Well, it simulates a player even at 2 players.
Yeah, and on the game is better at 3 or 4 players. At 2 players, you still do that. You still flip over a network card, and it will tell you which cards to remove during that player's turn, the Automa player. Which it's nice. I mean, it tightens the game up.
The names of the shows are somewhat humorous.
That was what I was going to get onto. The art in the game is very interesting, and they went out to make puns of all the shows.
It's good.
And it's actually good. And the actors and the actresses.
stuff.
It doesn't have the actors or the actress's name on there. It's just something generic, but you can tell who
know who you're talking
you
about.
know who it is. You know who it is. And some of all the names of the shows are like very tongue in cheek, and some of them you have to sit there like 31 Paper.
Yes.
The comedy 31 Paper. That was Gobby's show that he bought and put in his time slot. And I'm sitting there looking at it thinking, what show is that? And finally, after I sat there and kept saying, I have no clue what show they're referencing, Gobby looks at me and says, it's 30 Rock. It's 30 Rock. Remember the comedy? It's like, oh, yeah.
There was one like The Cubicle.
Yeah. Mine was Dexterious. The Dexter, the serial killer,
They're good. It's witty.
It's very humorous. It's very humorous.
I like it.
Anytime I say something's very humorous, it doesn't sound like it's very humorous. I'm just gonna
That's
say that.
very humorous. That's
funny.
That's funny. I like the fact that and I can't remember. It seems like with the reality shows, they start off with big numbers and decline. I think maybe it's the drama type shows or maybe it's the comedies, but one of them is real to life. Like, it takes a while for this show to gain traction. So like season 2 might actually have more viewers than season 1.
Right.
And then from there it declines. And it's just very realistic, as far as a game can be about these shows. And so and after so many years, you're going to start losing viewers. Well, you might want to put that in reruns. And so with the rerun amount of people, which is usually pretty low, it'll have like a 2 or a 3 on it. Well, that might be better than letting the show get too old. So you can just replace that show, buy a new show, put the old one in reruns, and then the new show combined with the reruns might equal what a good show would be. And it's a numbers game. So you're sitting there and you're looking and you got to get stuff while it's hot and it's new and it's got a good actress in it or a good ad or something. And then it just, I don't know. It's very thematic to me.
You brought up the best part of the game, and probably the best thing about it that's really inventive is that each show that you have, it has 4 little seasons on it to show that if you let this show go on the first season, second season, third season, how many viewers you'll get. And like you said, there are some shows that start off that have a bunch of viewers to it and then degrade quickly. And certain shows do better if they're put in certain time slots. So like this one show does better at 10 o'clock. This one does better at 9 o'clock.
It's very thematic.
And then there's some shows that require an ad or an actress on them. So you can't just slap ads and actresses onto every show that has to either have a slot for them. And so there might be a show that doesn't have that many viewers, but will let you put 2 or 3 ads or 2 ads on the show, and thus make a lot of money off that show each round. So you're suffering, not getting victory points, but you're getting money. And money in this game was very tight.
Yeah, it's but I did surprisingly well with money. You beat me, but it was still a close game. But going along with the theme, again, I don't know why I'm comparing it to Imperial Settlers. For some reason, it reminds me of Imperial Settlers. Imperial Settlers is just a card drafting game. It's fun. I enjoy it very much. I enjoy it solo. Networks, I would play Networks over Imperial Settlers, even if you might consider it 2 different styles of game, whatever. If I had the option, hey, you want to play Networks? You want to play this? I'm going to go with Networks because it's thematic. I love the theme of it, and I love the actions you take, when to put something into reruns, and it's good. It's really good. I like it.
It plays 1 to 5 players, and it's to me, like I said, I'm done with 51st States, and I'm done with Imperial Settlers.
51st States was terrible the last time we played.
I didn't.
You know what I find interesting? I found that interesting. The first time we played that, we both liked it. You really liked it, and you liked it more than Imperial Settlers. The second time we played it, we pretty much we stopped it. We didn't even finish the first round.
Yeah.
So that's just a progression of...
It didn't last well into its 4th season.
Oh, no. There's some games you can play once and you like, and you might be a little while and you break it out again. And the network stood that test of time. We had played Networks in our infancy of gaming and friendship, perhaps. No, actually, it's been a couple years ago. I've been here since 2014.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so anyway, but we broke it out 2 years later. Still a very, very enjoyable game.
Yeah, and I think that if you are a fan of Imperial Settlers or 51st States, then you definitely need to look into the Networks. If you're a solo player, of course, there's just not that many good solo games out that are just that aren't war games or just light games like abstract games. The Networks is a very good solo game.
What else has Gilhova made?
I don't know.
I'm looking on here. Book of Dragons.
Never heard of it.
Battle Merchants.
Never heard of it.
Bad Medicine.
I've heard of that one.
He just had one come out that was just kickstarted. Came this close to kickstarting. High Rise.
Oh, yeah. I looked at that.
I'm interested because I like the Networks. That's really all I have to base that off of, but I'll give it a try.
Hey, what's getting kickstarted that we were big on? Somebody just sent us an email, and I can't remember what it was.
Stockpile.
I love Stockpile.
It's good.
No, it's better than good. The Kickstarter just ended. There was another expansion for it. Everybody, I'm not going to talk about Stockpile because this is going to be a short episode because we've got to get off here. But Stockpile.
Got to get ready for Stranger Things Season 3.
Stockpile is one of the...
It's very good.
It is the best stock game.
Bidding and stock.
Stalking.
Stocks.
Now this makes...
Night Stalkings.
No.
Remember that show?
No. What?
USA?
Who? Night Stalkings?
Night Stalkings? You remember the days of USA Network?
Stop, please.
Night Stalkings was one of them shows.
I never heard of it. Night Stalkings?
It was, continue on.
Night Stalkings. I never heard of that show. I like Burn Notice.
This Night Stalkings was like in the 90s.
Oh, I don't remember
It was like a sexy detective show.
Night Stalkings.
Yes. And because Stalkings was like, stockings that a woman would wear, but it was more like stalkings, like they're stalking you.
Oh.
That's
like
highly disturbing.
That's a very disturbing pun. Who greenlit that? I mean, that's a terrible, terrible idea for a show.
It aired about the same time as The Hitcher. There was a Hitcher TV series.
Oh, man.
There was a Hitcher movie where the guy hitchhikes and kills people.
No.
It was a TV show.
Right. There are just some things that don't age well. You know what another one is?
Pretty much anything off of the USA Network. USA Up All Night. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, it was that same era.
Here's one that didn't age well either, but they're trying to bring it back.
I'm so wrong.
What?
I'm so wrong. Okay, that's why I didn't really... Silk Stalkings. But stalkings is the stalking, like you're stalking somebody.
See, that's still...
Silk Stalkings.
That's just disturbing.
Charlie's Angels is coming back.
Oh, well,
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. It looks terrible.
Okay, I like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, off Twilight, the
I think
actress.
She has made like nothing but independent movies, and I think she's grown as an actress.
I have not seen one thing she's ever been in.
Me neither. She looks good in Charlie's Angels.
She does that. She has some facial expression.
Rob Estes
Rob Estes
was in Silk Stockings.
Never heard of him. Let me look at him. Nope, still don't know him. He needs to shave.
I don't know that he's acted since.
He's had
then.
he's had that same 5 o'clock shadow since '94.
Mitzi Capture.
Didn't know her. Mitzi Capture.
Mitzi.
That is a real name.
That is her name.
Oh,
Silk Stockings.
All right.
R.I.P.
that okay. But Stockpile,
Stockpile.
Stockpile
Okay.
is one of it's the best, and the company's Nauvoo Games.
Yeah.
Stockpile is very expensive if you try to buy it right now because it's like there's nothing out there. There's no.
It's OOP.
It's way out of print. But they just completed the Kickstarter for its expansion, and so
There you go.
chances are
But you could also get the game.
be
But
on the
Kickstarter's
lookout because I'm sure there'll be retail copies of Stockpile come up. If for some reason you happen to come across Stockpile, buy it. Just buy it.
open. Jerry's very high on Stockpile. I enjoy it, but Jerry's all
I
about it.
love Stockpile. Love it.
It's a good game. I
We'll
agree.
talk about it in another episode
All right.
when we talk
Until
about our
then,
favorite stock shows.
I've already shown mine.
I was thinking about stocks like
Oh, like Wall Street?
like Wall Street.
Oh, okay. All right. Until next week,
Enrique's here.
Yeah.
Enrique, you're quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Until next time,
That's good. It's nice.
I'm Garvey.
This is Jerry.
This is
Don't let
Enrique.
Nuggets go ahead.
Whatever.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.